back to the Tame Mayhem podcast. I'm George Richard.
I'm Mauro Romero.
Um, did people call you Mauro, like when you were a baby?
No, I share my dad's name, so I usually got called Maurito, or my other nickname, which was Pollito. But
Which was Little Chicken?
yeah, I got called Little Chicken as a kid, Chicken Little, if you will,
Chicken Little.
because I had the glasses and the bald head and everything.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I really went by my middle name, Richard. So it was like Richito,
Yeah,
Little Richard,
Little Richard,
Little Dick,
Little Dick. Oh,
yeah, I
that's
was
cute.
the original Little Dicky.
Dude.
And it was because I shared my dad's name too. So just to avoid confusion, I guess.
Yeah, but it gets weird towards. For me, it started getting weird whenever I was like a teenager, and like
Right? Because at what point do you stop becoming a little one?
exactly, like I'm 21 years old and I still get called that, even though I'm taller than my dad at this point.
But that's just because he's so much older than you.
Yeah.
See, what really gets me is no one wants to call an infant George.
Yeah.
Right?
That's such a weird name.
You
Like,
don't
it's
really
a-
call babies that.
No, yeah, you're setting up your kid for their future. It's like I'm not going to give you a trust fund, but I'm going to give you a powerful name though. Either you're not going to be able to use because it'll sound ridiculous. A baby called George.
Or Mauro.
Moro. Everybody always mispronounces it. They always think it's Mario or some shit.
Mario.
Mario
Little Maria.
or Murrow. I got Murrow a couple times.
You get Murray at all?
Murray? No, God no. Nobody's that stupid. Thankfully.
Yeah, just curious.
But that just gets me thinking about like all the old people. Like I wonder how many grandmas are out there named Brittany or like Tiffany, you know?
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. Because you don't really want to call an old person, Marito.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean that'd be cool, but
Well, I mean, maybe. I guess it just depends how tight you are with your family.
yeah, that's true. Like that nickname's gonna follow me forever. I already know
yeah,
it.
no doubt.
Yeah, mostly because
Dude, your kids are
embraced
gonna
it.
call you that.
Yeah, I embraced it. So unless I pass that name down to my kid, which I feel like is the only way out from this nickname.
Dude, that would be kind of awesome though, because then your kid would be Mario the Third.
Yeah, Mauro the Third.
Yeah, then they could have that title.
Yeah,
Because I usually like to say that I'm George the Second, but in reality I'm George Jr.
what a pompous title, George the Second.
Yeah, I know, right? And people buy it.
Yeah,
I just think it sounds a hell of a lot better than Junior.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't do it on legal documents, of course,
Yeah, no, me neither.
but like theoretically, I'm George the Second.
yeah, theoretically, me too. Because me and my dad had different middle names, but
Wait, you do?
yeah, and mine's
Okay, that kind
mine's
of doesn't count.
yeah, mine's Andres. His is I think Torres. Well,
Oh.
but even then, he doesn't even know all his names.
I have the identical name as my father, so I feel like I am way more of a George the Second
Yeah.
than you are a Mario the Second.
Yeah. For a while, people tried to call me Junior.
Oh,
I do not.
no.
Fuck that now.
I could not handle that. I don't know what it was, but it just did not click with me.
For me, it had a negative. The name Junior always had a negative connotation because, like, I would grow up around. I mainly grew up around Mexican kids, and everybody named Junior had silver teeth and just didn't know when to stop fucking with people or with things that didn't belong to them.
It's funny you say that because I feel like I had a cousin named Junior at some point who was
That was the cousin you
He-
fucking hate now.
he was probably like I have no idea, what he's up to nowadays, but when he was like, 2 to 3, he was definitely a ruthless baby,
Yeah, they're fucking anybody with the name Junior is fucking unruly.
right? And so I guess I just didn't want that hex on me.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, no, I'm better than that. What a weird concept. I'm glad we share that. It's so weird because we share that. We share the fact that we're named after our fathers, and then our moms also have the same name. We thought we were unique, but we just fell into statistical like elements of being Mexican.
But I feel like, that's a lot of other people too, just it's a culture thing.
Yeah.
People are just raised in a certain culture, how basic is,
Right.
raising up on belt spankings. That's kind of universal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Beat your kids. It's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, I don't want to go out there and say beat
No,
your
yeah,
kids,
don't
but,
don't like obviously like don't like kick the shit out of your kids, but I mean,
yeah, no kicking, but we can do slapping,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, that ass is all game, boy.
Are you gonna? How far are you gonna take disciplining your kids? Are you gonna go full on belt? Or are you gonna stop at wooden spoon? Or is it gonna be sandal?
Probably sandal, because that was the weapon of choice my mom had.
Oh, okay. So you're just
But
carrying it on.
yeah, but I mean, definitely gonna be. I'm not gonna be super strict on them. I feel like, because I mean,
Right,
I'm not
right.
super strict on anybody.
See, I mean, if you're if you can do strictness right, you only need to punish them once.
Exactly. Yeah, like if you just a stern voice, like that's why I'm trying to develop my stern voice. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely.
George, you drink too much. Stop it. What do you think about that?
That sounded like a joke.
Fuck. Well,
You know, growing up, my sister, I think, had this this angry voice, maybe, or this. No, I think it was called the serious voice and the serious face, and every time it would just crack me up.
did she call
Right?
it that?
I think I called it that.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's a joke whenever you give it the name.
Right.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah. You know, and I don't know how hard she tried, but I feel like sometimes I really got her.
She didn't try hard enough, apparently.
Right?
Right? You're still laughing at her face.
Yeah.
That obviously just fucking pissed her off even more.
Right. I won. Middle children unite.
I can't relate. I was the youngest.
See, that's kind of nice, but it's nice because whenever your older siblings kick the shit out of you, you can, go to mom and dad, but also
Right.
you get the shit kicked out of you.
Right? Like you get your shit pushed in twice. Once because whatever the fuck you did initially, then
And
the
the other
second
one's
time
for ratting.
for ratting, yeah. And quickly learn not to snitch.
Yeah, I was the youngest sibling for a while because it was just, me and my older sibling.
Right.
And that was for, 13 years, I think, maybe, 10 to
Right.
13 years. And then there was another one.
Another one. The youngest one, the
Yeah,
baby.
but I mean, he was untouchable because we were so old at that
yeah,
point.
absolutely. I mean,
But it really did shift shifted the focus, because it stopped becoming bullying towards each other. It was just like let's
gang
focus on the kid.
Yeah,
you
let's
know what
gang
I mean?
up on him.
Not even gang up, just like
let's mentor him.
just treat him like a brother.
Yeah,
you know what
let's
I mean?
be better than we were. I mean, I don't know if I guess I'm the youngest because like my sisters are twins, so they were born at the same time.
Right. So
So I'm
that is
like
kind of weird to be calling you the youngest.
the youngest.
But I mean, like you're the
whatever.
third. So.
Yeah, I'm the third. Yeah, it's so cool to talk about.
I know, right?
Right.
How and you're like just a few years younger than them, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm
they
only 3 years
definitely ganged
younger.
up on you.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, I love them to death. They're amazing. They're great. Like we had a lot of fun times. Like one of them, it's funny to see the disparity between them because one of them was way more serious than the other. Like with one, I would do all like fuck the house up with her, and then the other one would clean up.
It's
And I
good
felt
cop,
so
bad
bad.
cop. That's what it was.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I love seeing people post about their families, and they just use a certain kind of language and a certain kind of filter where it's just like, is this a memorial?
Yeah,
post?
it makes them seem like they're dead.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people will like have that same caption, and they'll choose like a sepia filter or a black and white filter, and then you're like, oh my god, like should I reach out?
Right. It's so funny you should mention that because my mom has an exact picture. Like she has a picture of me from the first grade, and it's in black and white, and it's just in the cabinet, just big ass picture of me. And I'm like, Mom, why do you have that picture there? It makes it look like I'm fucking
if it's
dead.
blown up, that definitely looks like something happened.
Yeah, and we didn't. My mom was smart. She didn't pay for the school pictures. We would get this because how they mailed you the samples.
Right.
We would take those samples to Kinko's and then just get them for like half the price, or
Dang,
maybe
I can't
way
believe they
even
would
cheaper.
let you do that.
Yeah,
Well, I guess they thought you bought it.
yeah, and then I would just return them, or sometimes I wouldn't even return them.
That's genius,
I
dude.
was
I
like,
kind
this
of
is
feel like an
me.
idiot for not thinking of that back then.
Yeah, I was like, this is me. Like, why are you charging me a picture of me? Like,
Not like I'm trying to look at old photos of myself anyway, but I mean, the option to screw over people would have been nice.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were chaotic in the day. We were like,
Yeah,
fuck.
right between chaotic neutral and chaotic evil.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fine line.
I like to say we were lawful chaotic, just because. I mean, there were pictures
Chaotic
of me.
good.
Yeah, chaotic good. But they were pictures of me, so I was like, fuck them. This is me. I'm not painting a picture of me, Like, you took the picture, but is that intellectual property? Like,
No. That's just more like a claim to your likeness, like the law that you're able to make money off of your own person.
Right. Damn. Do you think kids?
Your mom owes you back taxes, huh?
And yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, if I wanted to, could I take the photo company to court and like
What?
collect?
No. What do you mean take the photo company to court? Those are
Okay.
school pictures.
But what if I don't consent to them, and they just make me do it?
Your parents sign a release at the beginning of the year, I'm pretty sure.
And that covers that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it has a bunch of
Oh,
things they have to sign. It's not like I ever read into it.
No,
Who
me
did?
neither. No,
Yeah.
me neither. I
I'm
just
sure
signed
it
my
was covered in there, though.
No, yeah, I definitely. One trick I used to do, I would every time I get those packets, I change the phone number that they call to my phone number, so I would just delete voicemails after voicemails.
So every time that you skipped class, school called you.
School called me, and I just immediately hang up. I'd answer it to make it seem like I got the call, so it won't go to the next number. Because
You
the next
bastard.
yeah, I was smart. I was like, fuck that.
You piece of shit.
Don't get mad at me because I was smart and I did that. I don't even think it was smart. I think it was just me being a fucking criminal.
That's reckless.
It was pretty reckless. Yeah.
What are you going to school for?
I did good.
Did well.
Well,
Oh
I
my
did-
God.
Yeah, we
Didn't
did
do well enough, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Don't know how to speak.
we both had the black robe, so we're both in the same college.
Whatever's clever.
Yeah, dude. Never got in trouble. It was great. Yeah, you know when I did think we were gonna get in trouble? Remember whenever we went to Paseo?
Yes.
Yeah, remember how fucking casual everybody was just smoking weed?
Yeah, it was pretty weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. It was probably a group of like 5 people
White
passing
people.
around like this big ass joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, white people. That's
Yeah.
very important to
No,
know.
it was very important to know because it felt like it felt like a sting operation. It felt like as soon as you or I got our fingerprints on that, it was over. We would have gone to prison immediately.
Yeah, as soon as you see the blonde-haired guy, you're out.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't trust this guy. And he was like, do you want to hit? And I was like, no, dude, I don't smoke. And it was just fucking it was weird.
It was weird because it's not like there was any signs. I don't really know, the rules of places anymore, I guess.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, I know the rule. I know the laws in Oklahoma City. I know that would have been a death sentence in Oklahoma City.
Well, only if you're, not white.
Exactly. Back in the hometown, that would have been fucking 10 years minimum,
Right? Like even just like a couple of years ago.
right? It's so weird how fucking laws change like that.
Right?
Like remember fucking what was illegal? I remember you used to be able to just fish anywhere you wanted. Now you need like special permits pretty much everywhere. That made fishing very difficult for me.
Man, I wish fishing was a constitutional amendment right.
Right up there with right to bear arms,
Absolutely. We should shoehorn it in between the second and third.
right? It's like 2.5. We like to fish.
The right to fish.
The right to fish. Fishing's fun. Have you ever been fishing, George?
Absolutely not.
No.
No,
Why?
does not seem fun.
It's not, but that's the fun of it. It's a lot of fun, honestly. It's just to clear your mind.
I don't like to wait.
If you're a good fisherman, you never have to wait.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just like meditate or something.
It's fucking boring, George.
So is fishing.
Fishing's cool. All right, fishing's a lot of fun. I'm gonna take you fishing one day.
Do you just do catch and release?
Yeah, I do catch 'em. I'm not a monster.
See, that's even more boring.
Why?
Because what are you even doing it for?
I don't know. It's
You're not
just
even gonna
fishing.
eat it?
No,
Wow, what a waste of your time.
of my time.
Yeah, and the fish's time for that matter. You're scaring the shit out of it for no reason.
Oh man, I never
Yeah, you
thought
may
about
as
it
well
like
just
that.
like put an end to it.
Oh, I don't never thought about it like that.
Yeah, man, come on. Like just so you can grab a photo with it, dude. That fish is.
I
scarred for
don't
life.
take pictures of it.
Yeah, but everyone else does, dude. They're blind probably.
Probably.
You're fucked up.
I think yeah.
Go meditate,
Meditate, pray,
please.
engage in another silent activity,
But remain standing.
but remain standing. God, if you sit down, I swear to God, you're a communist.
I swear to God. You remember What year was it that it became fashionable to not do the pledge?
I want to say
17?
2016, whenever Trump became president.
Yeah, 16 or 17. And then you had those
Colin Kaepernick.
you just had the you had those people just sitting down during the pledge, and I mean, like,
I was 100.
it's fine if
for
you're, you know, older, but
Right.
you know, when you're 16, it kind of just looks lazy.
It's like, I don't know. I was all for it though. I was
Right,
like,
no,
hell
yeah, exercise your right. I mean, you know, if you have something to say it.
yeah. Fuck the NFL.
But you know, the people sitting down had no reason to.
Right. Fuck the NFL. My favorite story from that year was Mike Pence tried to big dick everybody at an NFL game by showing up, and the players didn't. Double the players sat down or kneeled during the national anthem, and he just left.
Dude, that
That made
Yeah,
me
I
laugh
vaguely
so
remember
fucking
that.
hard. I was like, yeah, you piece of shit. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, if you try to sit down during the pledge or something, people are more inclined to frown upon it. I feel like it fell out of fashion again.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I feel like, yeah, that's true. A lot of people aren't behind it right now. But I mean, I'm still. If you're gonna do it, fuck it, go for it.
Imagine being pro-America.
I don't know. Imagine being pro-America in the time like this. We fucking suck. I'll be honest. I don't like us anymore. This shit stopped being fun a long time ago.
Oh my god. You know, I don't know how deep I really believe in that, but yeah, I mean, you know, stuff's not going in the right direction. You know what I mean? I feel like there's always room for improvement, is what I'm saying. You know, it's good in some parts and bad in the other parts.
Right
But
now,
it all depends on, you know, your definition of good.
Right. But I mean, is this good for anyone at this point?
I mean, it's good for
business.
yeah, it's good for a very select few.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's not good for business, but the politics favor business.
Yeah. Would you ever date outside your political views, George?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing pretty okay for you right now.
What do you mean?
I mean, your love life's going. Mine's non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is a difference between us.
Yeah. I mean, you take shit seriously.
I guess that really is the difference, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. I know myself, and I enjoy my time, my own time. And sometimes making... It sounds selfish, and I know it is. Yeah, but I mean, like, I just enjoy my time. Sometimes I don't want to hang out with anybody. I just want to be by myself.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean?
Right. But I guess some people that I'm interested in never really like that. Because I
Yeah,
just
I
like to be
mean,
alone.
You're just, I mean, we're young, I guess is what it is.
Yeah, I was definitely young. I was
mean,
younger
yeah.
back then whenever I was...
And besides, I mean, that aside, I mean, you have the right to do whatever you want, you know what I mean? I mean, it's
within
good.
reason.
It's good not to, you know, screw over other people.
Yeah, yeah. Which I don't do. I mean...
But, I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's not like you're obligated.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's what I like about it. I don't feel an obligation to anybody but myself. Which sounds corny as fuck, but that's true.
Yeah, by this point, you'd think you'd have better pickup lines, but
No, my pickup game is fucking garbage.
yeah, you're still using, like, iFunny pickup lines or whatever.
No, yeah, I just Google funny pickup lines, and I just use the first one that comes up. Are you a 10? Because you're the only 10 I see.
What's your actual favorite pickup line, though?
Oh, I can't reveal that.
Have you ever had one that worked?
That worked?
I guess.
I have one that works every single time. I'm not going to say it because I can't reveal my secret like that.
Did you have one that used to work?
Let's fuck.
Yeah, I hear that's a good one.
Well, yeah. Remember, the guy that asks everybody, let's fuck, he gets rejected a lot. But he also fucks a lot. But no, I want to say my favorite pickup line used to be, hey, did you get that homework? Or it's like, hey, what did we do in class today?
That's just a great conversation starter.
Exactly. And then I'll put the moves, I guess.
Right, because that really does just that really showcases yourself as a
Concerned
person.
student. Yeah.
right, because then you get to slip in your personality and you don't have to rely on all the cheesy shit.
Exactly. Which, I mean, half the time it works because sometimes I guess I'm sometimes funny, but for the most part, I'm very fucking awkward over text.
I mean, who isn't? It's hard to read anyone over
No,
text.
yeah, like you definitely lose a lot of the tone and a lot of meaning they like because I'm really sarcastic and that doesn't translate well into text at all, and it comes off as me either being mean or me being reserved, which I'm like sorry, I'm sorry.
That's why I just send audio messages.
Really? That's actually
No, I don't.
okay. I was about to say that's actually kind of smart.
It's
'Cause,
really not. It's inconvenient.
Is it?
You know, what's the point of texting if that's what you're gonna do?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to do a phone call either. You know, it's like I don't want to call you because I don't want to have a real time conversation. I just want to say what's on my mind, send it to you, then you can read it on your own time and respond whenever.
I just feel like it really defeats the purpose of texting.
Right. But I mean, texting has its advantages because I mean, you can't do an audio message in like a theater or something, or in the car. It's actually probably better to do an audio message in the car.
What are you talking about?
Fuck. Holy fuck, George.
I'm very talented.
That is a deep pop.
Yeah, I usually have pops like those every few hours.
Do you just have like back problems?
I don't want to say I have back problems, but popping it definitely helps me.
Right. So does it? Are you ever in like back pain or anything?
No, I don't really have back pain. I mean, sometimes there will be like something bugging me, and then when I pop it, it'll kind of go away for a little bit.
Okay. I'll try not to blow it out next time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, dude. See, communication is key. But like, dude, for real though, you need to take some fucking medicine for that. Like a fucking painkiller or something. That should sound
I don't
painful.
really want to just like take painkillers daily. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not a good habit.
Right. But I mean, so it's not a good thing to take medicine for a pain that you have daily, but it's okay to take a bunch of vitamins and shit like as a kid. Did your mom ever make you take like a shit ton of vitamins?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of vitamins, but yeah, there were definitely we had vitamins as a kid, and those are different than taking medicine every day because you know those are supplemental.
Yeah.
But fuck those as a kid.
Absolutely. I remember my mom used to make me take like 3 teaspoons of fish oil every day.
Oh, I never had fish oil. Oh god,
it's the worst thing.
You drink it?
Yeah, she would just put it in a spoon and just like force feed it me.
What's it taste like?
It tastes. Imagine olive oil, but with the essence of tuna. And that's what it tasted like.
Yeah, as a kid, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, and imagine doing that 3 times a day. Apparently, it's brain food, so she thought I was fucking stupid. I don't blame her.
Maybe that's why you're so smart now.
It's
maybe
all the
it paid off, you know, and you're bitching about it now.
No, yeah, absolutely. I thank you, Mom. I'm in college now.
See, I had the. Did you ever have those Flintstones ones?
Those dry ass fucking Flintstones.
Yes,
crusty
the ones that was
Flintstones.
like chalk.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I'm so glad you relate to that because I would put that in my mouth and instantly want to spit it out. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
it was impossible.
I know.
You couldn't even break them with your mouth.
I know, because they were so fucking rock hard. Because like because your mom would buy them, forget about it for like 3 months, and then like, oh fuck, they haven't taken their vitamins.
Not even that. It's just they were hard to begin with.
Yeah, they were not that good. Like you either had to suffer 2 ways. You either had to chip a tooth trying to bite it, or you had to like suck on it and like let it dissolve in your mouth, which left a terrible taste.
Oh yes,
for the rest
it was
of the day.
worst taste. I usually only get halfway through that before I would tap out.
Yeah, it's like, all right, that's enough vitamins for today. Like, just spit it out.
And you would think the grape ones tasted better, but
the grape ones were the worst.
Like shit.
The grape ones were the worst, followed by the orange. Orange was
the
never
yellow did not do it for me.
I don't even know what the flavor they were going for in yellow. It tasted like urine. It was bad.
That really built me up a stamina to medicine, though.
No, yeah, absolutely. Like, thanks to that bullshit, I can dry dock pills now.
Dry dock pills?
Yeah. It's a fucking flex, isn't it?
What do you mean dry dock?
Like, just taking the pill with no water. Just swallowing it whole.
That is badass.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like a freak show when I do that, you know, because some people just cannot grasp that.
No, yeah. Some people, they'll take a small pill and they'll have to, like, drink a gallon of water just to get it down.
Which sometimes I feel that. Sometimes I really am that guy. And I don't know what it is.
You have, like, a certain number of dry docks every month.
I think it really just depends on how chalky the pill is.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes we'll take one that immediately is just awful and leaves a residue.
Yeah.
Those you really do need water with.
Absolutely.
Because if you dry dock it, then you just have a terrible taste until you eat.
But still, I'll still do it just for the dominance points.
Yeah, no, the flex is pretty great.
Yeah. You just imagine just taking a fucking Advil out of nowhere. You don't even have a headache. You just fucking take it.
Yeah, liquid gels are easier to pass.
Oh, well,
though.
yeah, those
I
are
mean,
gels, though. But I'm talking about those crusty ass pills, like those crusty ass ibuprofen everybody
Yeah,
carry.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, the circle ones are the easiest to pass, I would say. And
Yeah.
then the capsules that aren't liquid gels, those are a little bit harder to do with
The
no
ones
water.
that have the powder in them.
Yeah, they're just like they're mainly powder.
Yeah,
that are kind of
yeah,
like
fuck those.
rectangle or oval.
Yeah, like whenever I get prescribed antibiotics and shit, like I can't dry dock those at all.
They're
I want a no
so
cap.
so like chalky. You even touch it with your hands and you have some on your fingers.
Yeah, they're bad. Fuck pills.
I'm glad we have a taste preference.
Yeah, right. fuck grape and fuck orange and fuck lemon.
You ever take pills with like soda or something?
Fuck no. That seems dangerous.
Dude, shit's life changing.
Is it?
Yeah, if you just take a sip of it, it's way easier to pass.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what do you? What does it taste like? Is it just
It
like
doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like the soda.
fuck? Too bad I don't drink soda though.
Yeah, fuck soda.
I
I will
don't-
say that.
Yeah, I don't drink soda. I drink nectar. That's how pompous I am. I drink fucking Jumex.
You drink
Jumex.
what?
Jumex. Jumex is what it's called, but people call it Jumex. But it's so fucking good. It's just nectar, like peach nectar, mango nectar.
What is it supposed to do for you?
Nothing. It's just a juice alternative. Like, it doesn't have any fucking artificial sugar in it because it's from the fruit, and it tastes so fucking good.
Is it sweet?
Yeah, it tastes like the fruit.
Okay.
It's so good. I gotta bring some because we bought a fuck ton.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna love it. It makes a great mixer.
Yeah, soda is I gave that up. I feel I go back to it a lot. You know, it's very on and off
Yeah.
with me and soda, but for the most part, I try not to.
No, yeah. For the most part, I'll try to drink minimum. I try to keep it to a minimum. Like, I don't want to go over like 2 sodas every week.
Right. That's a good.
I just
good
don't drink.
benchmark.
Yeah, I just don't drink soda anymore. I don't like it. Mostly because it started off. I used to drink. First of all, I used to be a heavy drinker. Like, I used to drink heavy soda drinker. My fuck. I used to be a heavy soda drinker.
Those are just honest thoughts, man. You heard it here,
Yeah.
guys.
Get some help, Mauro.
Come on, man. I'll sponsor you.
Yeah, this is just an AA meeting. This is getting live streamed. But I used to be a heavy soda drinker, and like we remember in high school we had to do like you had to give something up for 30 days.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go with the easy one. I'm not gonna drink any soda, and the fucking how much better I felt was jarring.
Just life changing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Like the first 3 days, you have withdrawals, which is scary because you're like, what the fuck? I am addicted to this. And then I was just drinking water. And I was
But knowing is half the battle.
no shit. But goddamn, I felt so amazing that I just never went back to it.
Yeah, no, I was kind of the same way. I think there was something on, Twitter or online that showed like how much sugar was in soda, and I said no, thank you.
I know.
Because I have a little bit of skin problems as it is. It's a little sensitive, so I don't need something like soda agitating it. You know what I mean?
Right? Cause
There's
all the
no
fucking
point to
sugar.
it because there's not enough caffeine in it.
Exactly.
I'd
if-
rather just drink a Red Bull if I'm
Right.
gonna be trying to consume that much sugar.
Yeah, and for the most part, you don't drink soda for the caffeine. You drink it because you wanted something that tastes good, to satisfy the sweet.
The sweetness,
the
yeah.
sweetness of it.
That's how they get you. See, Red Bull has a point to it, and so does like the flavored beer, or flavored seltzer or whatever. That stuff is supposed to get you tipsy or drunk.
Exactly. I fucking hate LaCroix, but I like White Claw because it has a fucking point to it. Because I can get drunk off of it.
Exactly.
Fucking-
But if you just drink soda, I mean, that's just soda.
I know.
It's just soda.
I don't like soda. Like, I'll have a soda every now and then, but
Yeah, I mean, you can balance it out with everything else, but it's just like water is top notch. Nothing's
Water
gonna
is
beat it.
fucking
I don't know
amazing.
what it is.
no. And you can tell a person actually drinks water by the way they have water preferences, and you judge them based off of those water preferences. Like, I don't trust someone that likes Dasani over Azarka. Dasani is fucking the devil.
I have to disagree with you here.
You like Dasani. You fucking
I
peasant.
Oh my goodness. You know, the Dasani branding is just beautiful.
Fuck
You
no,
know what I
it's
mean?
not.
It
No.
definitely looks better than Ozarka. I'll say that.
Hell no. It's like the good old country, just a bottle of water.
I couldn't even tell you the
Dasani.
last time I had Ozarka, so I guess maybe I'm just a Dasani bitch.
Remember where you this we had this argument like years ago. We just argued about bottled water for like 3 days.
Yeah,
Because you
I
said
kind of
Pellegrino.
remember this.
Yeah, because you said Pellegrino was top notch, and I was like, fuck Pellegrino. It's smart water or nothing.
Okay,
That's back when
Pellegrino, it's pretty tasty.
fuck Pellegrino. Hell no.
Why do you not like it?
I just don't like sparkling water. There's no point to it.
Yes, okay, I kind of agree with that. I like Pellegrino because it's kind of on the lower side of it.
Right. But if I'm just going to drink water, I might as well drink water that I like, you know?
Yes, no, I totally agree. I mean, I would definitely prefer just non-carbonated water.
Yeah.
But Pellegrino is the sparkling water of choice.
Hell no. I haven't. There's one that I kind of drink. It's called Topo Chico.
That
It's-
is good. Yes, I like
that's
that.
way better than Pellegrino. And even then, I still don't like Topo Chico because it's fucking sparkling water.
Yeah, just get normal water.
Yeah, just get normal water.
It's way cheaper.
Exactly. I would rather drink hydrogen peroxide than any of those fucking sparkling waters. Any day of the week.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'll fucking give myself an ulcer before I drink that.
You know, until you give yourself an ulcer for real, and then you just think about every life decision you've ever made that led you to that, right? Because it always sounds good in theory.
Yeah, all the alcohol, all the hot Cheetos, all that spicy food that I fucking eat.
Right? You're just going to be like
Which one
driving
did
to
it?
school or driving to work one day, and you're going to feel it, and you're just going to have some really deep reflection
Yeah,
there.
there's gonna be so many variables. I'm gonna be like, should I have ate less spicy food? Should I have fucking not drank as much? What's wrong with me?
And you're not willing to give up any of it either, so
Exactly.
you're just living with it.
I'd rather die a happy man. Like I know I'm not gonna make it. Let me live my life. But but seriously, if you like Dasani, you support a global conspiracy.
What do you mean by that?
There's
Dasani is delicious.
Fuck no. If Dasani, this is actually true. I want you to look this up after we're done. Dasani is owned by Coke, right?
Right.
And there have been investigative reports that like say Coke adds a certain salt agent to it. So every time you drink it, it actually dehydrates you and you get more thirsty, so you end up drinking more Dasani, thinking that it's hydrating you.
Well, it's a good thing I love Dasani, right?
You just like getting your cells drained of the water content. And I'm saying, drink a bottle of Dasani after a run. You're gonna be like, oh my fucking god, why do I feel so bad? And then drink like an actual bottle of water. You're gonna feel amazing.
Okay, I'll test that.
Yeah, we're gonna test that after this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you back in the gym, George.
Yeah.
We're gonna look great.
We are.
You are, at least. I've been at it. Yeah. It's weird. Every time I go to the gym, I have a moment of self introspection. That and when I'm driving to Norman.
Explain.
So, yeah. All right. So for me, I'm alone because for me it's a 20-minute drive to Norman, or basically an hour because I also have to wait for the bus and the bus takes me and everything, and I just get a moment of just when I'm alone with my thoughts, and I just start thinking and I start freaking out because I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm not doing anything with my life. I'm a fucking loser. Even though I was like 19 whenever this shit started.
See, that's why I hate waiting too, because if I'm not doing something, then I'm just going to think about myself as a piece of shit.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, it always
You know,
works back to that.
You get stuck in this loop because the car is such a peaceful place. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you're alone and if you've been driving that car for a while, then that's just like that's a
second
refuge.
room. Yeah, it's a second room for me.
Right? That's a private place, especially if you don't really chauffeur people around.
Right. Which I don't during the normal semester. It's just me driving to Norman, listening to music that I like. But
It becomes an emotional place
it
really
does.
fast.
Because my emotion for the rest of the day depends on what playlist I was playing.
Absolutely, right? You're listening to like one dramatic song on repeat, or you're listening to like your favorite playlist.
Oh my god, yeah. Like
just really has it's a game changer.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna say, thank goodness I wasn't alone with there's a certain song that I'm listening to right now called "At the Door" by The Strokes. That song, thank God I'm not driving to Norman every day anymore, because if I was alone with that song, dude, I'd show up a mess. to my first hour every single day.
Right, those songs that really just have you
They just hit deep.
yeah, they just have you like tearing up on the way to school, wondering if you should even drive because you can't see.
Yeah, and it's not even particularly that the lyrics really relate to me. I just enjoy how beautiful it sounds half the time.
Oh yeah, those. Have you ever had a song that is so beautiful you just like almost cry?
The first time I felt that way about a song was Lana Del Rey, "I Know You" from the Sleeping Beauty soundtrack.
Really, I don't know if I've ever heard that one, but
Oh my
hell
god,
yeah,
listen
Lana
to
Del Rey.
it. It's so good.
I think the first song I ever felt like tearing up because it was so good was probably Kanye West's "Devil in a New Dress."
I was gonna say All of the Lights,
Nah,
or what's the other one?
have you heard "Devil in a New Dress"?
I feel like I have. I just don't remember it.
Man, we'll have to listen to it.
Is it
It
from?
gets me crying.
Is
Like,
it
by the
from,
fourth minute?
Is it from College Dropout or Graduation? Or
It's
is it-
actually from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, yeah. I'll probably like it because I really
It has
love
Rick
Runaway.
Ross on it.
Ooh, ooh. Weak stop.
It's really one of his best appearances.
Oh, thank goodness. Was it back when he was a fatty?
Oh yeah.
Back when he was thick?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like it's the last good thing that he did. Then he was like, all right, I'm gonna.
It's definitely a top 10, I'd say.
Yeah, all right. I'm definitely gonna check it out then. I feel like I have heard it because I've listened to my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. I
Mostly
like
for
it.
Runaway though. I love Runaway so much.
Yeah.
That's another song that
Don't
gets me
blame ya.
thinking.
See, there's a ton of good ones on there, and Devil in a New Dress is pretty good, but
Yeah,
easy to get overshadowed.
yeah, because All of the Lights is on that album too. Goddamn, I love.
See what else? Like what?
All the Lights, Runaway,
Oh, Monster.
Monster. Nicki Minaj
Yeah,
killed
like-
everybody on that fucking song. That's when that was like, damn, she fucking murdered everybody.
I know, 60% of people remember that.
Oh, absolutely. I just remember, like, because you hear Jay-Z's goofy ass, like, goblin goose zombie with no conscience.
Yes,
and then
dude.
then Nicki goes in so fucking hard in that song.
Yeah, man. I don't know what everyone else was doing.
I know they were probably like, oh, this song's just gonna be a throwaway track, because certain artists have like throwaway tracks, like Tyler has Okra.
Yeah,
And it's still,
right.
like, not super popular, but like it's still really good, and that's one of those songs. It's just super good. That or Untitled number 7 from Kendrick.
Oh, yes.
Untitled Unmastered. That was a good one. Damn. The streets were never the same after that.
I remember that day.
I was at work when that shit dropped. I was at work. They dropped it, and I was like, oh my! I went to the bathroom to listen to it. I was that invested in it.
So you just went to a bathroom break for what? Was it 40 minutes?
I didn't
You
listen
took,
to.
like,
I just
3
listened to.
bathroom
I just listened to this Untitled Unmastered, 2 and 7, because those are the
Right.
best ones on that playlist.
I remember being at a tournament the weekend that it dropped, and that became my hype music. And I swear, it helped me.
You want to know the funny part? It was a speech and debate tournament, not a sports tournament. The way you make it sound.
I'm not making it sound any way. It was a competition, and it helped me.
No, yeah,
because it was my hype
absolutely.
music.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Mathlete over here. Fucking egghead. I fuck with it though. I appreciate you being smart, George. Makes everything so much easier.
All right, man. Let's just get into it, man.
Do you want to start? Do you want to share yours first?
Yeah. I've been looking over conspiracy theories,
Mhm.
and I think one of the better ones out there is, I know I've talked about this before, something like Big Mattress. Yeah, Big Mattress is a money laundering scheme, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So I actually came across this article. I'll have to cite it, at the end or whatever, but it was basically saying that I think in maybe in Chicago or maybe somewhere on the East Coast, there was just a high density of mattress firm stores, like to the point where you go to an intersection and it was on every corner.
What the hell?
Not competing mattress stores,
The same.
just mattress firm.
Yeah, the same chain.
And so I think it started on a Reddit thread, and a lot of people were kind of pointing out how many were in the area, within like a quarter mile of each other and across the street, just ridiculous locations. And so a lot of people were pointing to the fact that it could possibly be a money laundering scheme. And I enough people bought into it to where the story got traction, right? And so there were a couple of people who came up with some theories about it to debunk it or support it. And I think one of the strongest ones to support it, I'll start with this one, is that the company that bought Mattress Firm after it filed for bankruptcy or around the time was like Steinhoff International, right? And they're a company based in South Africa. And the person that we need to pay attention to, I think, is the CEO. And he bought Mattress Firm for twice its worth, or maybe just 50% more than it was worth.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And, which, it's the first sign of money laundering.
Absolutely.
Just being able
when you
to
overpay for a shitty business.
Exactly. That was, filing for bankruptcy. And so they were able to buy it for, I want to say, $2.4 billion sometime in 17 or 18.
Right.
And then after that, the CEO had a falling out with one of the producers, like Tempur Relay or something, because it was producing a mattress that sounded and was kind of similar to the Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Right.
And so that caused a falling out with them, hurting both of the companies. But then after that, the CEO resigned because there was starting to become an audit of financial irregularities.
Oh, shit.
Right. And so it led to an audit, which I think led to the firing of the CFO as well, the chief financial officer. And it was looking into, I want to say it was looking into overpayments into stuff like manufacturing, and it was looking into the acquisition of Mattress Firm. And but on the other hand, one of the other theories to debunk it is the fact that mattress stores are scummy industry.
Right.
So, the fact that you can mark down a mattress from $4,000 to $2,000 with it being worth $500 the whole time, and just giving the illusion that it's discounted. I want to say an expert in the mattress industry has said that mattresses are more of a purchase that people don't want to go through, so
it's a fucking hassle.
Yeah, exactly. It's a begrudging purchase.
Right.
And so they go through it trying not to screw it up or whatever, but they know it has to get done. So mattress companies take advantage of that, right? And so Mattress Firm's argument is that they need to be the only available market to consumers.
So they just
despite some people claiming that there's no such demand for mattresses. But then it looks into Mattress Firm, which had acquired over 25% of the mattress market in, I want to say, 2017. And after that, it became a disaster for them. And I think maybe that's what partly led them into bankruptcy, because they were having too many stores.
Right.
But, I mean, I feel like it's kind of all there. You know what I mean?
No. The way I see it is that I'm definitely a believer that there's definitely something there, because you don't just overpay for a shitty declining company by 50%, right?
And he moved. I want to say the company was moved from Germany to South Africa, and after a period of time, the management remained in South Africa while manufacturing and production moved to Europe.
That's sketch right there.
Yes, because I want to say they also bought a mattress like chain in France, Italy, Spain, and maybe the UK. So, like Conforama or something, right. Like Conforama.
So the way I see it is they're either doing one of two illegal things. They're either trying to have a monopoly on the mattress market, or they're laundering money. And I believe they're laundering money.
I mean, it could be both.
It's
probably both.
It probably is, honestly. Because even here, like, there were two mattress firms just right across the highway from each other. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even see one person in one. Luckily, one of them closed down, but the other one is still fucking empty, and it's been empty for like 10 years. I don't see anyone working in there. Oh, shit. My phone just went off. It's a text from Big Mattress saying, shut the fuck up.
They warned us.
They fucking warned us. Yeah. This is the second warning. He's like, we're not going to warn you again. Shut the fuck up. So speaking of weird conspiracies, George, are you like at all spiritual, or like do you believe in the supernatural at all?
I really wouldn't say I do. I don't really buy into ghosts or spirits or apparitions.
Oh well, do you know about the story about the Hauska Castle? Hauska Castle?
House Castle. I know I've heard of it. It's something to do with wasn't it in the Czech Republic and they built a castle over something?
Yeah. So essentially, what happened was in I want to say it was 1253. In 1253, a giant hole appeared in this small village in what's now the Czech Republic. Um, Villagers saw like would see demons and like humanoid creatures crawl out of the hole every night, and then they would kill their livestock, and they were fucking terrified for like God knows how many years.
Okay, already I'm kind of like iffy about this.
Oh, wait, it gets good.
Because no, what sort of I mean, it was probably an animal that didn't come from the hole. You know what I mean? It was probably just some wild animal from the plains or the forest that was nearby.
Suspend your
right? 'Cause
disbelief for a second, because it gets fucking weird. It gets really weird. So, in this during this during while they so eventually the villagers got tired of it, and they decide to build a castle over it. But the way they built the castle, it doesn't. You know how castles are. They have fortifications on the outside for an outside attack, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
All the fortifications are focused to the courtyard. Well, the outside has false windows, has false doors. It's basically they built it like a maze, like to be intentionally confusing. And they built the cathedral over the hole. And to this day, you can still hear like growling and scratching and people something trying to get out essentially. Like since the castle was built, the sightings have stopped. But but people that have gone in over the time, like if you go in, like you can still see paintings of demons and dragons and angels and
You know, I did actually read something about this because the owners don't let anyone go in now. I think this article is from 2019 or something.
Right.
But the current owners aren't letting anyone inside the building. And I think the last people that were able to do it was a TV show back in 2011
right.
or 2010, which I think they concluded that it was pretty much haunted or evil or
Right.
whatever. And so them not allowing people in is based on them thinking that there are possible German landmines from whenever the Nazis occupied there.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention.
And so it's like they're not letting anyone in. There's a lot of mystery around this place in this particular hole. I mean,
Yeah, did I tell? And also before they even started building, because like I said, like the attacks have been going on for years before they decided to build the castle.
okay, the attacks are. I guess I don't really know how much I buy into this, because a part of me really wants to believe it, but at the same time, I can't get behind these alleged flying humanoid creatures. You know what I mean?
Right, but even still, like
Because this was what, back in 1300,
but even
1200?
it's don't you think it's a little strange that so many people reported basically the same thing?
Well, that's just how stuff was 800 years ago.
I mean, yeah, but fuck it, like it's just strange to think about that even to this day. Because did I tell you that at one point they lowered a prisoner in just because he was scheduled to be executed, but they were like, hey, if you live through this, you're free to go. And so they lower him in, and eventually they reach a point where he just starts screaming bloody murder, like just like let me up. And as they're pulling him up, they notice that one, his hair changed from brown to white, and he aged like 40 years. So.
Again, I'm kind of iffy about that because why have we never seen anyone else age 40 years randomly, right? Why is that the only record 800 years ago?
It's just weird, because, I mean, whenever the Nazis were occupying it, they just up and abandoned it, and the Nazis aren't known to just up and abandon it without an order,
Yeah, okay, I'm kind of back on it again because you do have a point there. I mean, Hitler was really involved in the supernatural,
the occult,
trying to harness it, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's why they put landmines all around it.
Right.
Maybe they were trying to help.
Yeah, right. Maybe they were trying to keep whatever was in there.
See, I go back and forth on this
I do
because
too.
It's so awesome to just entertain that there is,
that there's a
portal full of
fucking portal. Yeah, there's a
monsters.
portal to hell. But also, I don't want to believe that it's real.
I mean, I'm far enough away.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's
I
in
mean,
East Europe.
Yeah, I play Doom. I know what I'm doing. You ever play Doom?
I've not.
Dude, it's pretty crazy. It makes me feel like a bigger badass than I actually am, dude. But there's like so many more conspiracy theories around the place. But I also sent you a couple.
Yeah, the flood insurance one really really rocked my shit.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, isn't it? Because it makes so much sense.
Yeah, so the flood insurance, I feel like it's not really a widespread conspiracy theory. But Mauro and I looked up a few sources about it. And so what we found, basically, you know the big picture of it, right? How does it go?
So basically, what these privatized insurance companies do is they'll offer really low rates at quote unquote at risk areas of flooding. Like they're just basically low lying neighborhoods. They could be 50 miles away from the nearest water source, but the fact that they deem them to be at risk, they get to tack on, or they get to offer a flood insurance policy to the homeowner. So, for example, a young couple, they're buying their first home. It happens to be in a low-lying neighborhood. The insurance company will offer them a policy for the homeowners, and once they buy that, they say, hey, by the way, we're not going to insure this place unless you also have flood insurance, but they'll offer it at such a cheap rate. And the young couple says, yeah, let's do that. And over the course of like 5 years, they gradually increase the premium, like to, I want to say 300% up.
That is messed up.
It's fucked up, isn't it?
For places that probably don't even get hardly any rain. I mean, there's no risk of flooding.
I know, exactly. Like they're upwards of 50 miles away from the nearest water source at times. But the fact that they're deemed at risk, they can do that. These companies can do that.
Okay. Here's where it gets freaking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we looked up a few sources about it. So we found this article from 2017 that says that a number of privatized insurance companies have a certain percent of market share, usually below 10%, in cities like Boston, New York City, and Chicago. And so what they found was that their buy-ins were ranging from 10 million upwards to like 1.2 billion, ranging from market shares from 1.5 to 8%. And so that just kind of plants the theory that insurance companies are getting a foothold in driving up prices and being able to obtain property, from people willing to sell back to the bank.
I know, because eventually those policies that they sell the homeowner become absurdly expensive, and so the homeowner either has to sell to the bank, or they have to sell at a loss. So essentially, either way, the homeowner loses.
And policies are compound too, because we found another article from, I believe, Market Watch.
Yeah.
And it said that the Federal Emergency Management Administration, or FEMA, is the one that sets the regulations for the flood insurance, because it's private companies largely don't do it because it's not a risk everywhere.
Right.
So FEMA sets those regulations, and they take all of the liability. So private insurance companies just have to sell it. So of course they can sell it at competitive rates in areas that are deemed at risk, and they can compound it with any other plan. So that way they can sell in competitive rates and be able to hike up the price. Because we found a Reuters article that found that a tradesman said that his flood insurance rate and insurance overall hiked up 350% just a year after a once in a 500-year flood.
What that translates to is that this insurance company was able to increase this guy's premium by 500%. So imagine he's paying I want to say typical is like I want to say $1,000. Let's just for example, $1,000 for a policy for every year. Times that 500%, and he has to pay that premium for a fucking flood that happens once every 500 years.
And insurance companies are accepting climate change science as a reason for stating that these floods are more likely to happen, which just enables them to justify this price hike if they were ever to be taken to court.
Right. That's fucking crazy to think about.
And in the same Reuters article, they were saying that banks are also increasing their share on basically real estate because they're obtaining a lot more property in the area.
At a cheaper rate because the homeowners are desperate to get out of there because it's become so expensive to live there.
Now, at the same time, the Reuters article did point out that this is likely to hurt the banks and the insurance companies in the long run when there's no more people to basically drain money from.
Exactly.
But the fact that it is happening is just
Absurd.
a testament to the profit-driven minds of insurance companies.
It's absurd.
Which is no surprise to anyone. But
no, yeah.
It's flood insurance, and it's happening there.
Exactly. And another thing is that it's mainly affecting poorer areas too. Because, I mean, in the wealthy areas, most of the people that can afford to live there, even after all the price hikes, they tend to just stick with the same company because they can afford it. Whereas for a low-income neighborhood that's experiencing these problems, they end up just foreclosing. And they just end up losing their property. That fucking sucks. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's really, it's not helping anyone in the long run, right?
No, absolutely.
But that's
it's helping your pockets right now.
It's
so.
short term.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
Yeah, nobody cares if it's helping us right now make money. So
absolutely not.
It's so fucked up. That also reminds me of like that other one that I sent you, the college admission scandals that ended up. People are going to jail right now for that.
Yeah, no, it's always nice that you get a resurgence in the news, right? Because that stuff came to light a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
And now, we get to get a refresher and an update that people are actually going to jail.
No, yeah, and they fucking deserve it. Because they were
such a white collar crime.
I know.
If I have to add,
because they would be like, hey, here's a donation of $10,000. Can you reconsider my kid for this? And they were like, oh, well, he's not that stupid. Let's let him in. Or like some people ended up faking athletic photos. Like they'll Photoshop their the kid's head on someone else's body, and they'll get an athletic scholarship, or they'll get admitted on an athletic basis. And
or the ones where they purposely manipulate standardized tests, or
they'll hire someone to take them for it.
Right.
That's fucking crazy. They deserve to go to jail. But unfortunately, since it's a white-collar crime, a lot of people are paying their way out of that too.
Yeah, but the fact that people are being sentenced now.
Yeah, it's a testament. I enjoy it. I really do. It sounds fucked up, but I enjoy seeing rich people go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something that absurd, you screw over so many people. You deserve it at that point.
Exactly, because imagine working your ass off in high school, just in school your entire life to make it to an Ivy League, and then have your application denied because they let someone else in because of their fucking parents.
Yeah, I really, I knew a couple years ago, I knew the figure of how many, students were actually displaced. But, it was in the hundreds, I'm sure.
No, yeah, it was insane. That's insane. College admission, dude. If I had known that was an option, I wouldn't have worked so fucking hard,
Yeah, like you could afford a $10,000 donation.
Yeah, just like staple a 20 to my SAT test. You're like, hey, Ginkgo.
Yeah, I wonder what the price is for certain, people who give the test out. Because some of those people really don't care.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess they don't have the answers either.
Right. I want to know how much money it takes for me to get into Harvard. Like
to bribe your way in is what you're saying?
To bribe my way in, yeah. Because obviously, like...
Oh, man, it's got to be at least $50,000. At least.
At least, yeah. Fuck. I got to make $50,000 so I could bribe my way. Get my kid into Harvard.
Even then, it's not guaranteed. You have to get the right people. You have to split that up, I feel.
Oh, yeah, you really do.
Different $5,000 payments.
Or maybe even more.
But, like I said, it could be upwards of $100,000.
No, yeah, some people were paying $10 million $10 million, because they would give
Millions?
because they would give the school a donation of 10 million. That would be, they're like, oh, let me reconsider this kid.
That is absurd.
It is absurd how much money you're willing to drop.
Right, because they probably would have done it for way less.
Oh, absolutely. If you would have, you gave away your top bid ASAP. No,
Right?
you
Come
gotta
on,
work
you
your
gotta
way up
like
that.
start out with your anchor.
You gotta haggle a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't just like.
If they're a public university, they're gonna take what they can get.
Oh, absolutely. Like, fuck, to bribe your way into like OCCC, you probably be like, hey, I got $40, and they're like, you're in, dude. Or like at OU, just like.
And then the difference is, you know, if you want to bribe your way into Yale, I'm pretty sure you have to, you know, send some feet pics as well. They're asking way too much over there.
It's like Yale's like, yeah, we'll take your money. Your kid got feet pics.
One more thing.
One more thing. How does his feet look? Oh my god, that's insane to me. I'm so happy. Funny story. You remember Aunt Becky from Fuller House, I think.
I don't believe so.
Oh well, it's one of them. I can't remember exactly who, but she's actually going to prison.
No way.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like for 5 fucking months because they're rich.
Right.
Rich people don't deserve
now
jail
she has
time.
it on her record, right?
Yeah, it's on her record. But knowing them, they're probably gonna expunge it at some point.
Maybe not. I mean, it's good right now. You know, have some faith.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see some justice for once. You know,
That's a convict,
exactly.
right there.
That's a fucking convict. Exactly. It makes me happy, and it's a white woman convict, which makes it even better.
What did she do?
She bribed her kid into college, and she got caught because she was one of the ones that dropped the most money on it.
Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And she was the one that I think she was also one of the ones that took it to a more extreme by faking test scores, faking clubs, faking photos, faking basically everything. Like, apparently your kid's like not good enough for anything, and she had to fake everything.
I bet her kid also put on their application that they should get in because they're a Gemini or something.
Yeah, some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
What a
some
Capricorn
compatibility stuff.
What a Capricorn thing to do.
That's why Aunt Becky had to really bail her kid out there. Just fudge their application.
Right. Are you into horoscopes at all?
Halfway.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I'm
They're
kind
very
of into
fun.
them.
They're very fun to play
Oh
along
yeah,
with.
for sure. I mean, you know, there's a certain degree of engagement, right? Because there's so much minutia behind it.
Yeah.
I know my sign, and people usually tell me when the moon or another planet is in retrograde. So I usually just go off that.
Right. So what is your sign, George?
Cancer.
Of course it is. I agree.
What's yours?
I'm a candy corn.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Capricorn. Capri Sun. I'm a Capri
You're a
Sun.
unicorn?
I'm a unicorn. I'm gay. But no, I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn, sun rising, and Virgo moon.
Whoa, you have vertigo? Sorry, man.
No, everybody keeps calling me a Virgo. I'm a virgin. Why does everybody keep telling me that?
See, I don't know that much stuff about my sign. I only know that I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, I agree.
I seriously, I don't even know where to find that stuff, you know, because it's not like your newspaper has the
Right.
fine details either. And I feel like every time I try to search it up, the details just vary every time, right? From
Right.
website to website. They
Right.
just are never consistent.
You know what you need?
I've settled with reading it every time it pops up
Right.
on the internet, and that's it.
You know what you need? You need a colored hair girl that you need a crazy colored hair girl that plays Animal Crossing to fill out your star chart for you. What time were you born, George?
I was born at, I want to say 6:30 or 5:30 a.m.
Okay. I'm gonna make you a co-star after this. I have one. It's amazing.
What's that?
CoStar is an astrology app. My friend made it for me, and I hated it because all my fortunes were fucking terrible. Everything was like, you will experience hardship in your love life, your sex life, your professional life, your private life. I'm like, God fucking damn, this is the 3rd week in a row. I was like, you leave me alone.
The 4th week is just like, you will be molded into a new person.
I'm a bigger cynic now than I ever was because of that fucking app. I immediately deleted it after.
So why do you want me to have it? I don't want to do that.
I mean,
good.
I feel like you'll probably have a better fortunes than me.
I don't know. I might not. I don't want to risk it because what if I do get bad fortunes? I don't want to have that in my head.
Yeah, dude, I felt like a piece of shit like the entire time I had that.
It's just a self-fulfilling prophecy
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
it is.
But it's fun to play into.
No, yeah, that's why I just go for the basic version and look at the newspaper, look
The
at the New
news-
York Times, right? I'm sure
do
they have some
Vice?
astrology thing. I
Fuck
don't
no,
know.
I just go to
Maybe.
Instagram. I just go to Instagram. Instagram's the best
Oh,
place to
Vice
get it.
has really good astrology.
Oh, I
You should
don't.
check that out.
All right, I'll check out Vice. I haven't seen a Vice documentary in so long.
I think they stopped them.
I know. That's why I stopped. Like the last one I saw was
the
the
articles
North
are
Korea.
really nice, but man, the daily news things they did was pretty good.
Yeah, they would be like, "We're in the middle of a war zone today." I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
fuck
just like,
me,
oh,
dude.
go off, all right.
Exactly.
And like I crammed a 3-page paper.
Exactly. They're like you just see this dude with like rounded glasses and like a slick back hair hanging around fucking hardened Russian war veterans.
His like vest is 3 times the size of himself.
Yeah, he's just like wearing Yeezys and shit. They're all wearing combat gear because they're in the middle of a fucking firefight. And he's just sitting there like, so what do you guys do for fun around here? Like, we fucking kill people. We fight to survive. That's our that's our reality.
I feel like that's way more other news networks than Vice, though. I feel like Vice takes it a little more seriously.
No, yeah, absolutely.
But
But still,
great,
it's just
though.
it's
Can
just
you
the
imagine
stark
like being out of your
differences.
element? Like, what kind of test do you have to go through to be able to cover that? Because I would never
Right.
pass it.
For yeah, what do you have to do to end up in that situation? Is what I'm.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy to
Yeah.
want to be a part of that in the journalistic aspect.
Yeah, the craziest one that I saw was the North Korea one. Then they
Those are always super interesting.
yeah, it's scary how bare it is. It's so strange seeing how everything was so authoritarian there. Like I remember they weren't supposed to film at all. Like they were like, "Hey, don't fucking film," but they did it anyways. And there was a part of the video that it's just people bringing out food to empty tables. I'm guessing just to flex.
I mean, I don't know if I buy into that they weren't supposed to film, because North Korea typically lets out, the media that it wants to let out, right? So I'm sure they were able to control the message, is what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, they definitely went through everything that they owned. That's scary.
Did you see that the Prime Minister of UK was in the ICU?
Yeah,
He's stable now.
yeah. What's it? Boris Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump's lookalike.
I don't know how they did it.
I don't know how they did it.
It's some failed clone. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a video of them doing an interview together, and they look so cute, all matching. Except one's wearing a blue tie, one's wearing a red tie. They look like old dads, like golfing buddies. Like they used to be in a frat together.
Man, I mean, they probably were.
Fucking probably.
Thank God he's getting better. You know what I mean? That's good. But do you think someone's 11/11 wish was foiled?
Like someone wishing, like I wish Boris Johnson would get COVID.
Yeah, like, or someone wishing, I wish Boris Johnson would kick the bucket. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, like
Like
with an
someone wishing
eyelash
on,
wish.
someone wishing on their eyelash just falls out, and they're like, yeah, you know what I think the
wonder.
world needs?
Not him.
Or just 11/11. Like, man, you know what? I wish he gets it.
It would have been really fucking awkward, dude, if he did end up kicking the bucket. Like that person would have probably either felt guilty or relieved of wishing that.
Yeah, I probably guilty. Probably guilty. Could you imagine if they did an autopsy on him and the coroner finds that the cause of death was an 11/11 wish?
Like they did scientifically determined that it was
There was nothing wrong with him. It must have been a wish.
must have been that 11/11 wish. It's like
Possibly an eyelash.
exactly like the eyelash wounded him, but the 11/11 wish finished him off.
I'm receiving evidence of a birthday wish.
It's a conspiracy. There's like 3 different people involved. One's a birthday wish, one's an eyelash wish, one's an 11/11 wish.
You got the 3 musketeers, you know?
Yeah, they someone learned the term manifesting, and they decided to actually take it seriously. And now he's fucking dead.
That would be so awful. Could you imagine what the population would be like if wishes like that came true?
Yeah, I watched Death Note. I know how that shit works.
Death Note?
Death Note.
What is that?
So basically, in Death Note, there's a magical book that falls from the gods of death, which are called Shinigami. And
Right.
in this book, you can write someone's name, whoever's name, and you have to picture that person too. So like if you say Donald Trump, and not every Donald Trump in the world dies, you have to picture that one person when you're writing their name, and that person you can either determine how they die, or if they just write their name, they die of a heart attack. And it's just it's a really good show. It's just a giant game of cat and mouse between him and the greatest detective in the world. It's really good.
That sounds pretty good. Also sounds really morbid.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
is he killing people?
Because he was like, man, the justice system sucks. I can do a better job. And he just starts fucking murking all the evil people.
Wow, that could be useful, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to immediately say that it's all bad.
No, yeah, I feel terrible because I see it from both ends. I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be doing that, but I'm like, but they are pieces of
What about
shit.
the ones on death row?
Yeah, he executed
Right.
them.
Yeah, those have to go.
Exactly. I mean, they're backed up as it is. Why don't you just give them a little boost, help them out a bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. Do they die in pain?
It's up to you. You can either say quick and painless or in their sleep, or you can say causes.
It's got to be
death,
quick
suicide.
and painless every time. Otherwise, you're a monster.
No, yeah,
I mean, you're a monster in the first place, I guess.
Yeah, for them because because in order to use the book, you have to sell your soul. So
Oh,
I mean,
no.
he obviously he was ready for it.
It's
He's
like
like,
Ghost
oh
Rider.
yeah, that's a underrated movie. I fuck
They
with
had two
Nicolas
of 'em.
Cage. Yeah, they had two of them. Hell yeah, I watched
Second
both.
one was so good.
Second one, yeah, he's peeing fire in the scene. That shit was so boss. Fucking yeah, he sold his soul just like Johnny Blaze, man. I fuck with comics. That's one thing you didn't know about me when we first met. You didn't know how big I was into comics.
No, I did not. I'm not into comics. I just like the movies.
Oh, dude, I'm all about them. Like, I remember I scared you with how much I knew about Batman and Daredevil and all that. The MCU and the DCU.
Yeah.
That shit's cool to me. But no, thank God I have all those weird things that I'm into. Because it's gotten me a couple of followers on Instagram and stuff that are local.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
Good. It's helpful to connect
yeah.
with people that like the same things.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always great because it's great, but it's also kind of weird when I meet them in person.
Especially when you meet them online first.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
That's a different expectation.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm meeting my mutuals. It's always great. I love meeting my mutuals, but I also feel like I'm under pressure to perform because I feel like I've marketed myself in a way.
Yeah, no, social media is just all like, putting yourself in the best light.
Right.
So if you meet someone through your Instagram, of course you have some sort of like
It's like, yeah, I
pressure
don't.
to perform.
Yeah, they see me in real life and they're like, oh yeah, he definitely doesn't have a jawline. It's just all neck.
Yeah, those pictures were from 2 years ago, bud.
Exactly.
Still trying to capitalize on them.
No, yeah, I'm just
Give it
like,
up, buddy.
yeah, I'm like clenching super fucking hard in every single one of my pictures, trying to like, oh, there it is. Like almost breaking my fucking teeth. Just like, do you see it? Do you see it popping?
Using like Photoshop to get it
Yeah, like Facetune is what it's called.
Facetune.
Facetune. Oh god. Fuck no. I'm honest about my appearance. I tell everybody I'm ugly as shit. Yeah. Which I am. I feel like I'm a solid 5 on good days.
5?
Yeah, I'm a solid 5.
No, man. You gotta wake up. This is the one time I'm gonna boost you. You are
I'm glad we have it.
6.5 at least.
I'm glad we have it on record. Thank you, George.
But I feel like you can go upwards of a 7.5. It really just depends on
It depends on the day.
the day, depends on your hair,
Yeah.
depends on your outfit too.
Oh yeah, it's all about the fit. You really got to get the fit down.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Send
You
back
see,
at you,
like,
George. I'd say you're a solid 7.5. No homo, but yeah.
7.5 is pretty good.
Hell
Pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah, we're just over here just rating each other arbitrarily. We're at both 4s. Is
Exactly.
what it is.
Yeah, it's just gonna be us sitting here for the next couple hours, just boosting each other. Like, dude, you're fucking.
I didn't even say you're an 8.
Exactly, bro. If I'm an 8, you're a 9. Come on, man.
Screw it, buddy. 10s.
10s, dimes only. Fuck you talking about.
Yeah, we
Dimes
need
here.
that boost though. Who else is gonna give it to us?
All
I
right.
mean,
Yeah, that's true.
well, it may as well be you. May as well.
Boost your homies. Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah, I'm all for that.
If
I'm all
other
for that.
people are gonna give it to me straight, then I may as well just live in my own fantasy world for the time being.
Exactly. Hell yeah, boost the homies. Tell them I tell the homies I love them every day.
No, yeah, you gotta.
You gotta. Hell yeah.
Maybe not every day, but
All right, maybe not every day, but they know it.
every hour.
They know. Yeah, every hour. They know it. I'm like, I fucking love you, bro. They're like, I love you too. Sometimes they'll say that. Depends on the context. But yeah, tell the homies you love them. Text them every morning. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, just do it every night before they go to bed.
Exactly. Tuck the homies in at night. It's
Yeah.
okay. Give them a little kiss.
FaceTime them.
FaceTime.
Virtually tuck them in.
Do that head ass shit that couples do whenever they like go to sleep with each other over FaceTime.
Yes, and then magically one of them screenshots it.
Right, or the fucking phone catches on fire because that FaceTime always makes my phone catch like super fucking hot for some reason. That's why I don't use it.
I've never had that happen, but I have had my phone turn into a lava.
Yeah, because you just leave it on at night. Sometimes it just catches fire. People die because of that. Mostly with Samsung phones, but
Oh yeah, they were exploding at one point.
yeah, everybody forgot about that.
Same thing with those vapes when they first started coming out. Remember those batteries would start exploding? It happened at school one time. The fire alarm went off in the building, and then the building had to evacuate.
That's what that was about?
Yes, it was.
Oh my god, I remember.
Yeah, it was unruly, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you ruined it for everyone.
Exactly.
Man, you screwed up like so many people's day.
I know. Fuck. Dude, that's funny though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, my vape.
Maybe
what
that was
a high
his
school
plan the whole time.
Right, what a
Maybe
high
there was
school
an
thing to
exam.
happen, you know? Oh, my vape caught on fire, bro. Fuck, dude, I need to go get another battery. Shit.
Bro, you got spare oil.
Bro, who got the jizz? What jizz are you smoking on? Oh, I got Kidder jizz in mine, dude.
As a kid, did you ever intentionally blow things up, like in a fire pit or something like that?
No, I had firecrackers, but I mean, I never, like, strapped anything to them. Like, I just light them.
Yeah, man. There would be so, I had an inhaler growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and so other inhaler kids would sometimes just chuck the shit out of the cartridge and watch it explode, or they'd put it in a fire.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They basically made, like, that's a grenade. That's what a grenade is, because it would blow up into shrapnel, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty loud.
Yeah, fuck, it was an explosion.
Um,
Homegrown terrorism right there.
yeah. I mean, I want to say the inhaler was mostly empty,
Oh, okay.
right? So, I mean, it was just pretty much the rest of the air in there. But still, though, it was messed up.
Hell yeah, it was. Fuck that. I mean, the closest I ever came to just being a complete dickhead or just completely unsafe with fireworks was one time I was at a sleepover and this dude's neighbor, we didn't like his neighbor at all. He's a grumpy old man. So, like, we waited until, like, 3 a.m. We snuck out of his house. We had a bunch of those black cats that were strapped together that looked like a little time bomb vest. If we light that, we throw it into in the bed of his truck and we just run across the street. And we just watch it go off and shit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That sounds fun, though.
It was fun. It was fun until we had to sneak our way back because the dude called the cops.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we had to, like, splinter cell our way back to his house. We were, like, jumping through neighborhoods and shit. I don't regret it, though. That was a lot of fun. Are you a partaker of hood rat shit, George?
I would say I don't do hood rat shit, but really I don't do a whole lot. At least not right now.
Right. Well, what is there to do?
Yeah.
Right. Besides just chill at home.
All right, man. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Mauro Romero02.
You can find me at _George Richard on Twitter and Instagram, and follow the show at Tame Mayhem on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Love you guys. Bye.